This hair transplant vlog hides nothing apart from my balding head. You're going to see pure emotion. I took my camera into the hospital with me for my 9-hour procedure. I had my camera with me on the operating table. You're going to see really what it was like, and you're also going to see my journey for the following days after the procedure too. The big day has arrived. Today is treatment day, so I've been saving for quite a while to get to this point, and I've been thinking about my hair loss for a long time. Every morning that I look at myself in the mirror, I see a balding reflection of myself. I've held quite a lot of confidence over the last few years, and my hairdresser's done a good job to keep the length here on the sides so I can sweep it over and disguise the fact that I've been losing it a lot on top. I've got another video which is about the hotel and the area, and I've also put a little bit in that video about the steps that I use to disguise over the last few years my hair loss. Other videos that I've made, I've done a video about a tour of Istanbul and what I got up to for the day. We had an awesome day. We went to Salt Bay's restaurant and had a boat tour and went around a number of different mosques as well. So this video is going to be all about the procedure, what it's like at the hospital and the clinic, the stages that you go through during the day. So drawing on the hairline, taking the grafts out at the back and reinserting them on the top. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be sharing my journey. Oh, and the vest as well. So I don't normally wear a vest, but I also don't really show my balding head on videos either. So the low neck is so I'll be able to later on get the top off fairly quickly, but I've also got a zip through jacket as well, just so when I take any clothing off it doesn't rub with any of the area that has been treated and where the hair grafts have gone. So yeah, here goes. Packing my bag for the hospital. I don't really know what to take with me, but I've got my camera just in case they can take any photographs. My iPad, got some wireless headphones in my bag, my passport, a Lucozade energy drink, don't know if I'm allowed to drink that or not, some sweets, might not be able to eat them either, my money and a COVID passport for the NHS. My bag's packed. I'm just about to take my key out of the electric thing, close my door, head for the bus and go for possibly a massive life-changing experience. Yeah, it's starting to feel very, very real now, because in the next couple of hours I'll be lying down, I'll probably lying on my front having my hairs extracted. So yeah, here goes. Cheers, thank you. See you later, thank you. Bye. Yeah. The minibuses were always immaculately clean. They had phone chargers and bottles of water and leather seats too. You really travelled in comfort. The journey from the hotel to the hospital took about 40 minutes. After the initial paperwork, I was taken into a room. They drew on a hairline using a number of different tools, and then they shaved my head. This was quite emotional, having, I don't know, when you've been balding, you really hold on to what hair you have left, and to see someone come along with a razor and shave it off is really quite painful. Lots of people were like, oh, you don't look that bad bald, but the thing is, you can't grow that hair back, because I had such a long length in one side, it'd have taken me years to grow that back to build my confidence again. The operation took 9 hours and was split into 3 segments. The first segment took about 4 hours where they extracted my hairs, the second, when the incisions were made, took about 2.5 hours, and then finally 3 people inserted each hair one by one, which took about another 3 hours. So I left the hotel at 9 AM and it's now just gone 7. We arrived at the hospital about 10 AM, so I've been in there about 9 hours. They started off with the extraction of the hairs, which took about 4 hours, and then the teams changed over, and then a gentleman consultant came in and put in the inserts, like to put the hairs into, and then I had some lunch. I had a great Turkish kebab, and then to finish off it was 2 or 3 hours to put the individual hairs in. So I've had 4,400 grafts. I didn't really feel too much pain apart from when they put the anaesthetic in to start with, but other than that, when they were, yeah, you could hear like a scratching sound, which was a little bit weird, and even small things like when they were spraying water onto my head, I could hear the spray from the bottle, but I couldn't feel the water on my head. So hopefully I'll be able to get a half decent night's sleep, but I'm all bandaged up, as you can see, around the back, and then tomorrow they'll remove the bandages. So I thought I'd bring you to bed with me. This is my first night post-operation. I've got a travel pillow here that's kind of like, they provided me with like these pads. They're a little bit like a softer version of a puppy training pad that you'd put near your back door in case your dog wheeze in the house, and then I've got 2 pillows underneath that. So the idea was that you've got to try and keep your head kind of as level as possible to do with like the drainage from the injections that they put into your head earlier today. So we'll see. I'm not overly looking forward to tonight's sleep, but I've had quite a long day and I'm starting to get a little bit of pain. I don't know, it's kind of like here and here, and I don't know if it's because of these bits of tape are kind of pulling my forehead skin backwards, and whereas there's a bit of swelling, so that's a little bit of tension there, but it's not too bad, and I can't raise my eyebrows as much as I could before without a bit of pain, but it's not too bad and it's bearable so far. So it's the morning after the procedure. I've got strict instructions for when I'm sitting up that I keep my head up high, and it's to do with something to do with like the fluids and how they like drain down your face. So last night was quite a rough night. I kind of slept on the pillow that the hotel had on the bed, and then my travel pillow on top, and then wrapped in like the pads. So you can see from last night I kind of got a bit of leakage from, I guess that's from all the injections that went into my head last night. It's not too bad. It didn't really start leaking until like 5 AM, so I went to bed about 11, or say I went to bed, I didn't really get too much sleep. I just told to drink a lot of water, so I got through 1, 2, 3, 4 bottles of water last night, 5 bottles of water last night, so I was well hydrated. I went to the toilet quite a bit in the night for a wee. So I've got a bag of goodies that the clinic provided me with. Let's have a look what we've got in here. We've got a bottle of shampoo, which I'll learn about tomorrow. Kind of like a foam to clean my hair with. I think that the Stafine are some kind of painkillers. I've got some antibiotics, and they also give me some paracetamol. And then I got a text last night with instructions on when to take what tablets. So I think I take 3 of the antibiotics this morning after breakfast, with one of the, after that I'll have to read my text, with one of the Stafine tablets, and then 2 antibiotics tomorrow, and then 3 the following morning. So today I'm getting picked up at 9:30, and we're going to get my bandages removed from the side and be given more instructions on how to look after it. I've just had my breakfast and I've had my medication. I thought I'd just show you how my head is looking this morning. So it's currently 9:30 in the morning, and the operation was started about 10:15 yesterday, and that's how it looks now. So yeah, now off to go and get the bandage, hopefully you can see that, removed off the back, and it's been covering the sides as well for the donor area. The trip to the clinic for my wash only took about 15 minutes, so it didn't take long. You can see from these clips how big my bandage was on the back. Good morning. As you can see here, the clinic was very modern, and I was soon in to have my bandages taken off. I think that's what was causing the pain last night, was the tape, because like the tape was pulling the skin one way, and the swelling was trying to push it out. So the lady carefully removed my bandages, and it took a few minutes. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the gory side, as she soon folded it up and put it in the bin. The removal of the bandages wasn't very painful, but I assume there must have been a lot of liquid come out of my head overnight, as quite a lot had seeped under the bandages onto my pillow. There's some clips of the pad and what came out overnight later on in the video.
Is important. After that you're free. But if you head down, technically there's no problem anymore.
Yeah.
But you have some swelling.
Yeah.
It will cause some swelling, especially in your forehead. You should drink water. Lots of water,
I've been.
please.
Yeah, I drank 5 bottles last night.
And also my recommendation, you have some leaking, which is normal.
That's alright.
Yeah, we would like to clean you as much as possible.
No, that's fine. I appreciate it. After having my bandages removed, I was treated to some iced baklava, and it was really tasty. Just been to the clinic, which is about a 15-minute drive from the hotel, to have my bandages up. They've procedure took not long at all, 10 minutes tops, and then I was treated to some iced baklava, which was like the baklava that I'd eaten in the city centre of Istanbul earlier this week with ice cream in as well. It tasted really good. So now, yeah, just straight back to the hotel. So only left the hotel 45 minutes ago, and I'm probably back in 10 minutes. Good morning. It's now been 2 days since I had my treatment or my operation, and you can see that I'm still a little bit red on top, but you can see the hairs coming through very slightly. The bandages came off yesterday morning, so yeah, that made a massive difference with my sleep last night. So the first night when I had the bandage on, there was a massive like bulge on the back of my head to collect any liquids or fluids that were draining from my head, but that made it quite difficult because I was sleeping on a travel pillow like this, on this travel pillow, and yeah, on top of another pillow, and with having the bulge of the bandages and the travel pillow wasn't very comfortable. So the first night I had a terrible night's sleep, but last night, night 2 after my operation, yeah, it was better. And then drainage wise, I've still got a bit of liquid coming out of my head, so I had to change these pads over in the middle of the night because they were getting a bit wet, but you can see it's a lot lighter than it was. The first night was quite dark and quite bloody, whereas this is a little bit less yellow, so to speak. So today I'm flying home this evening. I've got quite a late flight back to London, but this afternoon at lunchtime I'm getting picked up and I'm going to have my hair washed for the first time. So I'll record it just like I recorded having the bandages taken off yesterday, so you can see what it's like. So it's pill time. So after each breakfast each morning they advise you to take the pills on a full stomach. So I've got 3 different ones. I got them wrong the other day. There's prednisone, and that is to reduce swelling. So I took 3 of them on the first day. I've got to take 2 of them today. I popped them out, probably spit water everywhere, so I do apologise. So prednisone, which is to ensure that your head doesn't swell too much, and thankfully, so far so good. I can feel a little bit of tenderness here. When I lift my eyebrows, I feel a bit of pain, and then I can push, and kind of in the middle hurts a little, not a lot, but a little bit. There's one. I've never been very good at tablets. 2. And then I've got Parol. These are just strong paracetamols, I believe. So yeah, one of these in the morning, one of these at night, so 2 a day, but they're pretty big. And they're 500 milligrams. And then Stafine, which are the antibiotics. So again, one of these a day, and I've got a text message telling me when to take each one. So this is my antibiotic, so that my scalp doesn't get infected. But this one is quite a big size. Straight down, like a pro. One of the downsides of having a hair transplant in Turkey in the summer is that you're a bit of a vampire and you have to hide away from the sun due to the UV rays. Just look at this view today. I'd happily be out on those sun lounges just there, or taking a walk down the sea, but I need to look after my scalp. I'm just packing my suitcase to go home, but I wanted to share that when you do come to pack to have your hair transplant, you really have to think about the pre and the post-op clothing. So in my before the operation clothing, I obviously got caps to hide my head. I've got my swimming shorts because the hotel that I've stayed in has got a swimming pool, but when you've had your operation, you obviously can't use the swimming pool. T-shirts, because obviously they've got a normal kind of neck on, obviously that's inside out, but a normal kind of neck on that you can get off that will rub your head, but before your operation it doesn't matter. But then post-op operation, I kind of packed loads of different things. So sweets to help me with my morale. I haven't used this, but I did pack a fidget spinner, just in case I felt itchy, but touch wood, so far I haven't felt too itchy. Stress ball, some kind of like modern day Rubik's Cube that you play around with the buttons. And then clothing wise, vests. I haven't worn vests because I've chosen to use zip throughs, but they've obviously got a lower neck. And then zip throughs as well, just because I can get like a zip through jacket on and off without taking it off my head. And just for a novelty factor, I did pack my football team's 1990s style tracksuit jacket, which is this lovely pattern called the deck chair. If anyone knows the football team that this is, put it in the comments for some, yeah, definitely some bonus points, because they are a pretty terrible football team. But yeah, also shorts are fine, and just shirts as well, like a probably upside down, but just a general shirt, because the button down, again, you can get this off without pulling it over your head. So I thought that would be quite a handy tip. And then shitloads of sweets. Somebody could say for energy, paracetamol, but the clinic provided me with paracetamol and drugs, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, just a mix of like t-shirts, vests, and you've just got to think about how you're going to remove the clothing over your head, really. And lastly, you need to make sure that you've got a bag that you check in rather than hand luggage, because when you fly home, you're going to have your shampoos and your different treatments, and if you put them in your hand luggage, the liquids are like over 100 millilitres, so they get taken out of your bag and you'd be in trouble a little bit. So yeah, make sure that when you book your plane ticket, you get luggage that you can check in, just so you can take your fluids back home with you.
Fly to the donor and receiving area from this distance.
All over, yeah?
Yes. All over the arm.
Oh, so give it quite a good coating then?
Yeah.
So you can't see the redness, right? So cover it completely.
Then you will leave it on your head for 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
You will do it once a day, every day for 10 days.
Any question?
Yeah.
You will do this process.
It's definitely cold, isn't it?
Yes, it's cold. I'm sorry, but you will be using only cold water
No,
for 10
fine.
days. You see, after you rinse off the foam, you will have some shampoo.
So he lavers it up in his hands, right? And
Yes, exactly.
a little bit of water.
Have a little bit of water and lather up. Say hi to the camera. Veda. Kameraya merhaba de diyorum.
No. It's on all nervous.
Afterwards, you will apply the foam first into your transplanted area,
Right.
just like he does.
Just lightly dabbing it, right?
Yes. No massage, no scratching, just gently tap.
Oh.
But you will massage into the donor area. I know you're sensitive right now.
Yeah, but
This
that will
is
get
so normal.
easier, won't it, I guess?
Exactly. You will feel the difference day by day.
Yeah.
Just don't skip the washing days, please. Do it once a day, every day.
I've been given an ice pack for my swelling, and I've got some bed pads to take home with me so I don't ruin my wife's bedding. The clinic provided me with an ice pack because I've got a little bit of swelling. I don't know if you can see. I feel a very, very little amount of pain. It's not even worth really doing a video about, but I just want it to be frank and honest. So I've got an ice pack to dab it lightly, but I had my wash, which didn't take long at all. I've obviously done a video about it so you can see, but it should be a fairly easy procedure, and I've got the liquids and stuff in my black goodie bag, so I can do it at home, and there's videos on their YouTube channel as well which break it down into a little bit more detail. So I'm now back home. I'm just residing all the time in these zipper jackets. I look a little bit chavtastic, but it's all good to make sure that I don't rub my hair. But what I definitely recommend is, before you go, is make sure that you've got zip jackets with like different thicknesses, because back in Turkey it was like 25 degrees, so a jacket like this, which is a little bit thicker, wouldn't have been ideal. So I've been back now since Wednesday. Today's Friday. I flew in at 11 p.m. late on Wednesday night, and obviously I'm a procedure on Monday, so this is kind of like day 4 or 5. So I've had 3 washes now. I had a wash on Wednesday when I was in Turkey, and then I've had one yesterday and one today, and this is how my hair's looking now. So it's still a little bit red on top, and you can see the backs, the hair's coming through on the back. Well, I can feel it when I'm washing it, but it's still a little bit red don't know if you can see. Just do that, hopefully. I've got no idea what you can see, but hopefully you'll be able to see something and how it's going. And pain-wise, it's not too bad. There's been a very little amount of swelling, like around here. And my eyebrow movement is getting a little bit better without any pain here. It itches a little bit, but that was kind of expected, I guess. And I'm just resisting the urge not to itch it. So what I'm going to do, probably finish this video here. So you've obviously seen all the different stages of the procedure and yeah, the washes and stuff. So hopefully that will give you a good insight to what it's like to have a hair transplant in Turkey. I'll do regular videos on how I'm getting on. I'll probably do a clip a day for the next few days and then mash them into one video and use that with when I wash the scabs off. So on day 10 you wash the scabs off. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like at the bottom. Any feedback or any comments, hit them below as well. And if you want to continue this journey and also see some of my travel stuff, hit subscribe.